Hey guys, Dan here with Capital District Sport and Fitness, and today we're going to go over a time-efficient warm-up for you for your upper half of your body so that when you go out to throw, that you're properly prepared to throw. We're going to go over some soft tissue work, stretching, some dynamic work, and some band work to keep you healthy and get you ready to throw a baseball. So we're going to start off with some soft tissue work today. You really need minimal equipment. You can start with a foam roller, some type of stick roller. You can use a bat as well, and just a classic baseball. So what we're going to start with today is we're going to foam roll our lats if you have one. We're going to start, the area that we're going to foam roll is underneath the arm right through here. And we're going to do that by getting onto the ground, setting that foam roller up, thumb up, top leg is going to be bent foot on the ground. We're going to lift our hip, and going back and forth 15 to 30 seconds on these. And then from that lat, we're going to find a dugout wall somewhere that we can use our baseball against. We're going to take that ball, we're going to start it just below the collarbone and work through those pec muscles. Arm out to the side, and get a little pressure in through there. After that pec, we're going to roll to the side to start getting our cuff. We're going to take that ball, put it right on our side, we're going to pull our arm across our body. And from there, we're going to roll through the cuff. And after you hit that area, you can roll right to your back. And we're going to get the inside and outside edge of that shoulder blade, all while keeping the arm pulled across our body to move our shoulder blade away from the midline of our body. Once we finish getting our posterior cuff in the back of our shoulder, we're going to take our stick and we're going to get our forearms, biceps, and triceps. We're going to do that, we're going to roll right through here, we're going to turn the arm over, and then from there we're going to get tricep, back of the arm, and then roll through our bicep. Once you finish all your soft tissue work, we're going to move to some more stretching and dynamic movements. So the first thing we're going to start off with is a cross-body stretch. So again, we're going to get our arm out in front of us, we're going to bend, and we're going to pull our elbow across. You want to feel a nice stretch in the back of the shoulder as you go through this stretch. From there, we're going to work on our forearm flexors. We're going to grab our hand, pull it down, extend the arm, and pull it back for each one. Once we finish those, we're going to find a dugout wall or a fence. We're going to go slight bend in the knees, low back, against the wall, head against the wall. Hands are going to be by our side. We're going to do a back to wall shoulder flexion. We're going to raise our arms up, thumbs going towards the wall, and back down. Keep the abs working, and try and keep your arms in a nice straight position. We don't want them out to the side here, okay? And once we finish our back to wall shoulder flexion, we're going to move on to a forearm wall slide. So on this one, again, back of the dugout, find a fence somewhere. We're going to go up to the wall, forearms on the wall with a staggered stance. And from here, we're going to push our upper back away from the wall. Keep our head in a good, nice neutral position. From here, we're going to slide our arms up the wall, reach towards the ceiling, and back down. You can even add a lift off at the top to get more low trap work as well. Pull back to the bottom. Our next three exercises are going to be a little bit more dynamic and really get your arms moving. So we're going to start off with some classic arm circles. We're going to go thumbs up, try to make a nice range of motion through the shoulders. We don't want to yank our shoulders back as we're going through these arm circles, nice and controlled. From there, we're going to go into a horizontal abduction and adduction. So we're going to bring our arms across the front, pronating, supinating our hands, so turning our hands down and opening them up. And from there, we're going to go into shoulder flexion extension. Same thing here with our hands. As we go up with our hands, our thumb is pointing up. As we come down, we're going to turn it down. So it's going to look like this as you go through those motions. So next, we're going to move through our band series, which is slightly different than what we just did. We want to make sure that all of our movements are controlled in good range of motion, that we're feeling these where we're supposed to feel these, okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is an ER and IR at our side. So if you have a glove, sometimes that'll help. You can put it right underneath your arm. If you don't, you can take your opposite hand and just put it to the side, just to make sure your arm is staying where it needs to be and it's not drifting away from your body. So I'm going to take my glove, I'm going to put it underneath my arm. And now from here, I'm going to make sure the front of my shoulder is not drifting forward. Nice and controlled. I want to feel this in the back of the shoulder. I'm going to open up, close back down. And then from there, I'm going to keep my arm where it is, keep the glove where it is. I'm going to do an IR. Closing it in. After that, we're going to go into an ER and IR at 90 degrees. We can get rid of the glove for now. What we're going to do is we're going to do a staggered stance. We're going to get our arm up to 90 degrees. We're going to have our elbow slightly in front of our body. And from there, I'm just going to swivel my arm in its socket and rotate up. We want to make sure we're not dropping or pulling back to try and get that full range of motion. We want to keep the ball in socket, swiveling. And then we'll turn around, we'll do the same thing with the IR. Rotate through. And then from there, we're going to do a Y with the band. And from here, as we do this one, we want to turn our hand down and open as we go through that movement. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to start with my thumb down. I'm going to go up and back down. And this one, we're going to feel a little bit lower below that shoulder blade in our low trap. And from there, we're going to go into a half kneeling position. Make sure we're 90 degrees with the legs. Okay? We're going to start up here and pull down across. Same thing, pronating our hand down, back to the top.